No, it is not just you. Men don't want to settle down anymore. Here's a question. What the hell does settling down even mean? Back in the day, men chose to settle down, to find wives, to start families and live the quiet life so they could grow old together and have the traditional family unit. In nowadays and modern culture, settling down could even mean just having a girlfriend and no longer being single, no longer being a bachelor, no longer being alone. I worry about men who refer to settling down as the next stage of their lives because, well, settling down, in my honest opinion, means settling. A couple of years back, I was in a toxic relationship with a woman who was just not right for me, and I wasn't right for her as well. But had I got engaged to this person, had I married them and had children, etc., I would have settled down, but I would have settled as well, which is wrong because men should not settle. Women don't settle. Women have high standards. Women want so much and so much more. So why should men be the same? Why should men settle down and settle for the sake of it? If any man wants to have a relationship or wants to get married and whatever, it's because they've met the right person and it's the right time in their lives. Settling down is not the right answer and is not the right way to describe this stage of your life. But there's other reasons why men don't want to settle down anymore. And a massive, important reason is men worry about losing something very precious and very special to them. Men worry about losing their personal identity. A man goes through many transformations of his life. For example, when he's a boy and he becomes a teenager, and then he becomes a man, or when, God forbid, a parent passes away, or when he starts that first job, business, you know the drill. Men cultivate and take time to hone in on their identity. There's essence of their boyhoodness, there's the maturity, and then there's the goal setters, then there's the wisdom and the experience that makes a man. If he was to settle down and settle, he loses that identity. He loses all those years of hard work, of graft, of cultivation, of lessons learned, for settling for less than, for basically going against his principles, for going against who he really, truly is. And men are worried about losing that, so that's why they don't want to settle down. They would rather take the time to keep working on themselves, keep improving themselves, keep achieving their life goals and that personal transformation, that healing from the trauma and the recovery from the trauma as well, to become the best version of themselves. But they could give all of that up for settling down and settling, which is a complete disaster. Because here's the other thing. Settling down and settling means commitment. But commitment doesn't seem or feel fair to a man. So by settling down and ticking all the boxes and settling for the wrong woman, he is committed to that person. But who is that person he's committed to? Is it a person that genuinely brings out the best in him? Is it a woman that improves him overall? Is it a woman that gets him and is on the same page as him and shares the same morals and values? Okay, but at the same time, commitment's not fair because there's no guarantee of loyalty. By him giving everything up from his freedom, from his goals, from his identity, and committing to a woman and settling down, there is no guarantee it's going to come back his way. Because a woman doesn't have to commit to him for the long run. She can literally divorce him at any time. She can literally cheat on him and leave him at any time. And with an abundance of choices and opportunities, why the hell would she commit? That's why settling down doesn't work, and that's why men don't want to do it. But also, it means missing out on life experiences. When a young man in his early 20s or even earlier settles down, he misses out on vital life experiences. A guy I know literally just got divorced to his wife with 2 kids because he missed out on life experiences. I'm not talking about sleeping around or dating around. He just missed out on being young, missed out on having freedom, missed out on just wanting to do whatever he wanted to. That is why if you're a younger man watching this, settling down, settling as well, will make you miss out on travel, make you miss out on vital life experiences like getting your heart broken, being mistreated by the wrong people, and learning to pick yourself back up again. Without those life experiences, you are diving headfirst into settling down and settling for the wrong person and settling in general. So therefore, there's no wisdom and experience to better equip you in this next chapter of your life. That's why men don't want to do it anymore. And of course, settling down means, 9 times out of 10, getting married. But divorce is a huge emotional risk. The amount of comments and men I've spoken to who obviously talk about the financial risks, which I'll discuss next, but the emotional risk as well. The fear of coming home and realizing that at any time and in any way, his wife will divorce him. His wife will pack her bags and take him for everything he has. This causes stress. This causes pain. This causes anxiety, because there's that feeling of dread that at any moment, at any time, despite the sacrifice of settling down with her, she can pack up and leave and destroy his life. And the financial risk feels too high as well. The more money he earns, the more money he's set to lose. The more investments and assets and profit he makes, again, it's the same thing. I personally know a millionaire who was married to a woman for a long time. He settled down and settled. Then all of a sudden she woke up one day and said, I don't want this anymore. I want a divorce and I want to buy a mansion in the Cotswold outside of London, and I want to live on my own. She did it. She had it. She lives with dogs now, and financially ruined him. That high risk, that dangerous risk, was it worth it? Was it worth settling down and settling for that man, a self-made millionaire who's done so well and so successful as well? Probably not. You see, society expects men to man up without support. So when you're settling down, just imagine settling down in the middle of nowhere with this woman, settling down with this person for the rest of your life. It's like a prison sentence to a certain degree. And then no matter how you're feeling, no matter what troubles you're going through, no matter the stress, no matter the problems that come your way, that's life. You are expected by society, now you're a husband, a long-term boyfriend, fiance, whatever, settled down with this person, to man up. You've got to be the man of this relationship. You've got to take on all of her problems as well, and all of the stress of her family, her friends, her career, her health. You almost become like a parent, because you are picking this person up again and they are falling down and causing problems and drama and stress every single day. Society won't back you. Society won't support you. Friends or other family from your side won't do the same. They'll just point the finger and tell you, man up. You need to man up. You need to be more of a man. You've got responsibilities now. Deal with them. What about your needs? What about your mental health? What about your suffering? What about your anxiety and stress? It's swept under the carpet. You've settled down now. You've settled. You've made your bed. Lie in it. Deal with it. But as for the woman, as for women in general, they are celebrated and elevated and pampered and mollycoddled because they are women and they need to be women. And a man just has to be a man, whatever the hell that means. Settling down often means losing a social life and losing friendships. There's a very common phrase I hear about men who get into long-term relationships and settle down. And that is, they go off the grid. 1 minute you couldn't stop speaking to these people. They speak to you every day. You talk to them. You're so happy to engage with them. They're quite fun. They're quite sociable. Next minute, they've settled down and they've gone. They've moved out of the countryside. They've moved out of the city. They've gone far away and they've settled down and settled. I knew a guy that did this and he settled for the wrong person. And now his life is in the toilet as she threatens him with divorce, and they are getting divorced, and there's children involved, and it's a complete mess. There's been an affair from her side, and he's lost everyone. Friends are slowly coming back out of the woodwork to help him, but it's not the same because he's gone so off the grid from settling down and settling for the wrong woman that he's in a very dangerous, precarious situation. Men don't want to settle down, as I've already touched on, because they feel their needs are not met and will never be met. I cannot recall the time of a man who settled down and settled as well and had their needs met as well. Nobody, because a man's needs will not get met. The woman becomes the priority. Children's a different story, but the woman is in charge here. It's all about her emotional needs, her sexual needs, her desires, her tastes, all of that nonsense. She is the prize in this sense. She is the one that needs to feel like royalty. She needs to feel more special than she already does. And on top of a job, on top of a business, on top of trying to maintain your own mental health and life in general, it feels exhausting and impossible. But your needs will never be met. That's the situation. And that's why men don't want to settle down, because why would they want to sign themselves away into a prison sentence where they're never, ever satisfied? They're never happy, never heard, never understood, and their needs are never met. Like I said at the beginning, if you want to have a relationship, if you want to get married, that's on you. There's nothing wrong with that. No one's going to criticize you for that. But if you genuinely want to do that, do yourself a favor. Don't refer to it as settle down. Don't refer to it as settling. You should never settle. It's your growth. You want to be married, you want to have a partner, that's down to you. But most men don't. Most men want something better. Most men don't want a unicorn as such. They want someone who gets them, who relates to them, who understands them, is healthy and benefits their life and brings the best out of them as well. It is very, very hard to find that. Unicorns don't exist, but the right healthy women do. But never settle for them until you find them. Stay single. Do the work on yourself. Keep discovering and rediscovering who you really are. Because once you do that, only then, not will you settle, but you'll be content and happy to have found someone, a woman, the right healthy woman, who complements your life and takes your life, hopefully, to the next level. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos. Unlock the power of walking away, reclaim your strength, and book a one-on-one coaching session with me, SCG, for up to 90 minutes in the description down below. Lastly, do me a favor, please share this video with someone who you think would really gain value from the message that's in it. Men don't want to settle, and remember, settling down means settling for worse than you can actually begin to imagine. Thanks for watching.